everybody.
Hey-o.
Welcome back to Inverted Reality. I'm James. This is Jake, and we are playing NBA 2K18 The Prelude. I checked out earlier. They don't have like a full-on like Cavaliers Warriors mode
Yeah.
like the other game did. So I'm
The
in
other
there.
game being NBA Live.
I'm in their 2KU, which it's actually pretty interesting. I played it a little bit earlier, and it's basically it has you go through just like a real game or practice, whatever you want to call it.
Just without the people in
And
the
then
stands.
as you go through it and come up into different situations, it'll show you like controls to try. So like for instance, I had one earlier today that was a give and go. So you could pass with X, and if you held X down, yeah, that was on me. If you held X down, there you go. Here's one right here. Oh, so you could do that.
Check that out.
Cool. Not that's often going to be something I need to do, but it's cool that it's there.
You can do it right now.
But so earlier it was, yeah, I probably should have. So you can hold X, and then I can move this character around, let go of X, and he gives it right back to me.
Oh.
So it's pretty cool. You can set where you want to go. If you want to give it and go around a screen and then drive or something, you can be in control of what that guy does. Kind of cool. Maybe it was there before, and I just didn't know about it, but I like the ways they're doing their tutorial this year. It's, it gives you just some options that I didn't know were there in some real world situations.
Off the bat, I feel like live looks better. That seems like a thing you should do against LeBron James.
Seems like a thing I should do all the time. Wow. That was a really terrible idea.
But I just feel like all the character models are kind of like low
sure.
poly.
Yeah, that's the we saw some screenshots early on from 2K right after they announced everything and started dropping all the ridiculous pre-orders, announced the cover and stuff. And what's funny is that Kyrie Irving is on the cover. Why is that funny, you ask? Well, he got traded to the Cavs to the Celtics like last week, like maybe a week or two ago.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, I thought Kyrie Irving played for the Cavs. Why is that funny?
Yeah, exactly. So it's So he's on the cover as like with his Cavaliers uniform.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna change it. Like
that
pretty.
happens. I mean,
It's pretty late in the game to change it.
yeah. I don't think it's worth changing.
No, probably
Like,
not.
That's a bunch of work to do.
Probably not. Yeah. So some of the thoughts, like as I played, it was the demo was a lot less than live. I mean, I think I played live like 3 or 4 hours worth. It gave you like 6 or 7 chapters to do and to play through in the.
I like how this little video
stuff.
appears in like 480p.
Seriously. Is that just we were saving file size,
Oh yeah,
we can't make this tutorial too big. Yeah, it's just no good. Yeah, so this one there's a lot less to do. Your My Player goes through like a couple street ball games.
What's happening behind the player there, on the wall?
That's a great question. But so your My Player goes through, a couple street games. Go through like I guess not a trap, like a skills showcase basically with a bunch of other street ballers trying to make the NBA. You get noticed by a scout, and then you end up going and doing you go to a practice for whatever team you picked in the beginning. So I picked the Cavaliers because I'm a sucker. And so you go to their practice and you run with their second guys. And if you do good enough, you run with their starters. I don't know if you could just do bad enough to like be like, no, please leave, you suck. I did okay. Like I had like B+ ratings or something in both of them. But then that was it. Then you like, nope, I don't even know what that is. Stop it, game.
Jump in.
And then that was pretty much it. So now I can do this university stuff, which is cool. Learning things that I may or may not need to know. In this case, I really don't need to move this guy, but I'm going to because I want to see what it looks like. Everything feels heavy. You mentioned the graphics. The graphics are one thing. I used to think that heavy was good for something like this. After playing live, I don't necessarily think that's the case.
Yeah.
It's heavy and it just feels chunky and maybe this is just how it should be, but when you like commit to doing something and you think okay, that's what the button is that I've been doing for a while now. That makes sense. Here, Curry, go. Oh, God. Controls are still like difficult and confusing
Ridiculous.
at times. That's a 2K game. Yep, I needed to shoot that.
Yeah. Which now that there's live in the mix, I feel like
Oh my goodness.
like they can't get away with that anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Like before, it's like, okay, 2K is the only basketball game out there. So yeah, it's just a 2K thing. And now that live's out there and the controls are really intuitive and the graphics look better, it's like, oh well,
we're gonna have to try.
it's just a garbage game.
Yeah, if you guys played any of the other 2K game or the other I have no idea what I was gonna say. Yeah, 2K games. If you ever played the other 2K games, you kind of know with the cut scenes that they have in their different things. It's I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But it's just kind of low poly. Like
Yeah,
the
just
fingers aren't totally defined. and the
Marvelous garbage.
facial
that is-
animations are awful. It's more of the same here. I was really disappointed. I thought it would be better based on we're seeing in some of like the gameplay itself looks better, but it's like I mean live is just as good if not slightly better. It's
Yeah,
hard to
I
say
think
because I
live
played live
definitely
for a
looks
few
better.
weeks.
Yeah.
I
Well,
would
it's
probably
like-
agree with you.
in memory banks, remember live looking pretty smooth. Like I remember the facial animations being weird, but other than that, it looked pretty good. This
Yeah.
looks like it's just not good.
Yeah, it one thing I felt like, and again, very small frame of reference we're having here. We're just playing through practice. I played through.
His fingers were just clipping through the floor.
Yeah.
I will point out.
And so one of the things that I think would bother me a little bit is just there doesn't seem to be as much personality with the guys.
Yeah.
With NBA Live, you could really like when you were playing a Steph Curry, it felt like you were playing a Steph Curry with his motions and with his like reactions after shots, and just it looked like Steph Curry playing. And here, again, very limited time window. You better not give me an injury in practice.
Yeah.
This is a game where I'm supposed to have fun. Stop it.
Yeah. This feels like they took
I don't even
like insert just random like here's basketball player skin with person.
Yeah. And I'm sure
Like-
there's some stuff that's improved and maybe better over 2K, but it feels chunky,
Yep.
and I don't feel like the improvements that they should be having at this point in their basketball game making days. That was terrible. Huh?
Yeah, but that was
It actually fits for Draymond Green's 3-pointing field ability.
perfect. And you said it didn't have personality.
Yeah. So overall thoughts, I'm not impressed. I would have liked to see more from the demo, especially now that they've got live actually being able to compete a little bit.
Maybe 2K wasn't expecting live to be as good as it is.
It's possible.
But that's a
Um,
poor.
it's
like
Poor reason to not
Yeah.
innovate and struggle ahead with it. So
poor
I'm sure
strategies.
that 2K will still do better. One demo is not enough to sway most people. If you've been playing 2K for years, going to go back to it. But
Yeah.
I found it easier to be good at NBA Live right off the bat. And you can change the difficulty level. Maybe people want it to be more difficult straight away. I don't know why you would.
I don't know either.
I like being able to win, and then like I can always ratchet up the difficulty if I wanted to.
Yeah.
The ball physics here are a little bit more accurate. Not every block just goes sailing out of bounds immediately. More realistic. So I think that's probably better. The interaction like between defender and ball handler, it's almost non-existent. Like with live, you could lock in and then
Yeah, you get in there and you like
push.
You're playing
You would go
defense.
one way with them and
Yeah.
lock them down, and it doesn't feel like that here. You can hold L2 and you can move with them a little bit, but there's not like, oh, you guessed this way and they went the other way. It's just like there's no feedback to it. There's no natural thing. You just kind of got to stick with it. With live, I felt like it was very easy for you to learn how to defend people in it. This is just very, very basic with it. Yeah, that's true. But his is hot, so
Yeah.
you can't really like it. Just I should have been able to like lock onto him at some point there,
Yeah.
and I couldn't.
Yep.
I didn't want that. I don't want this. Hey, are you any good?
You deal with this.
Yeah, it's overall like I'm not impressed. It seems more or less like the same basketball game.
Yeah.
And live, while it has its issues and will need some adjustments as it goes and fixes and things like that, if I was going to buy one, I think based on the demos alone, like before reviews come out, I would go with live.
Yeah. Having played a 2K game and having played live, as someone who wouldn't normally buy a basketball game, if I were to buy one this year, it would definitely be live.
Yeah.
Because I could step into someone who hasn't played basketball games before and
Mhm.
play live. And here I'm like, this is clunky and stupid and heavy, and I hate it.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I noticed, and it could just be how the My Player system works, but when you make a mistake and you're like create a player in 2K, it is like the most unforgiving thing. Like, oh, I took a bad shot. Boom, there goes like half a grade. Right? Just like
Yeah.
just levels it down right there. In live, it felt less punishing
In
for
live,
making
there's
mistakes.
like it's like a 100-point system. So you drive and make a bad shot. All right, you lose 2
It's
points.
a couple points. Yeah, not a big deal. Here, it's a much bigger percentage, I think. So it's maybe that's not good. Maybe it's because you're not.
Yeah.
It just overinflates like your self-worth. But I don't know. It just there's no like. I mean, I can lock on. There's some animations to it, but it's nothing like.
Yeah, you look like you're
Like
just
live
running
was.
past him a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of same as it was. So kudos to EA. Ugh, that feels dirty just saying that. But I'm glad that they stuck with it and they're bringing it back. I think it's important to have this competition, especially when you see that one of them's a better game.
Yep.
At least at the outset. So, yeah, that seems about right. I don't want to play anymore. It's just not. It's just not like super fun.
Yeah.
It just doesn't click for me like live did. I was going back to live even after I finished the demo. Like just
I
playing
went
like
back
some
to live
scrimmage.
after we finished the demo.
Yeah. So that's kind of our thoughts on NBA 2K. That's not impressed. I'm
Yeah.
really disappointed. I wanted 2K to be better. I wanted to have better visuals. It didn't.
Yeah.
So.
It looks just disappointing and the same.
And if you go and do the My Player, and I want you to still go do it, just for the sheer experience, like it's awful because you get a nickname with your guy. Your nickname's DJ.
No.
So it's okay. It's like a normal person nickname though, right? It's not like a crazy nickname.
Yeah, whatever the one was for 17.
Feedback? No.
No.
But something really dumb like that.
Something odd.
Yeah. And it's so cringy. Like that's the only way I can describe it. There's just so much awful, awe-inspiring awfulness that comes
Ugh.
with it. It doesn't feel as over dramatic as like the Spike Lee joint one, but it does feel absolutely terrible. Like maybe pop culture 10 years ago, black people interactions. I don't know. It's bad. So,
Oh man.
you have that to look forward to. I want you to try it out and you'll see.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys. See you next time.
Bye.